Okay, what did I read today? This could actually be really big news for anybody who uses things like the Android or Apple Store in terms of putting their apps there as a form of a business, like you're selling something. Because this one here actually deals with that company Epic Games. They're the one that makes the popular games such as Fortnite. And usually the payment methods on these apps is you have to do it through the company. So for example, through Apple Pay or through the Google Store credits. And apparently what this company did is, I guess without approval, they changed their apps to have their own internal credit system where people can pay them directly. That way they don't have to pay, I guess, Apple the fee for it. Like this one here says, Epic Direct Payment on mobile. Today we're also introducing a new way to pay on iOS and Android. Epic Direct Payment. When you choose to use Epic Direct Payments, you save up to 20% as Epic passes along payment processing savings to you. Grab the latest Fortnite update to begin saving today. And it shows you basically like the cost difference that you can buy through the Apple Store. Like it says here, regular price $9.99, and if you pay them directly, $7.99. Yeah, so again, they're trying to basically cut the middleman out, I guess. Like they don't want Apple to get their share, they want more profits to themselves. As to how much they actually charge usually, it says here, currently when using Apple and Google payment options, Apple and Google collect a 30% fee, and the up to 20% price drop does not apply. If Apple or Google, however, lower their fees on payments in the future, Epic will pass along the savings to you. So because of that, and just like that, apparently Apple kicked the app out of the store, and this is a really huge game. It says Apple just kicked Fortnite off the App Store. Apple says Epic is violating its App Store guidelines by using its own payment system. Apple has removed Epic Games' Battle Royale game, Fortnite, from the App Store after the developer on Thursday implemented its own in-app payment system that bypassed Apple's standard 30% fee. And in the statement it says, Epic Games took the unfortunate step of violating the App Store guidelines that are applied equally to every developer and designed to keep the store safe for our users. As a result, their Fortnite app has been removed from the store. Epic enabled a feature in its app which is not reviewed and approved by Apple, and they did so with the express intent of violating the App Store guidelines regarding in-app payments that apply to every developer who sells digital goods or services. They even mentioned that they're not giving Epic Games any kind of special treatment. And with that in mind, they're going to take Apple to court. It says Epic Games has filed illegal papers in response to Apple. And they made like this video and stuff like that. I guess it shows like the game characters are gonna go for like a protest. Man, this is gonna be interesting because if they actually win in court, again, this will actually affect everyone who actually uses that environment to sell their apps and all that. So it'll be interesting how this turns out. Makes me wonder how a regular average person feels about a company doing stuff like this where they insist that they must use their payment process and all that. Because that topic makes you think of other things too, like let's just use an example like YouTube. I know there's a lot of people who use things like a Patreon as a way to fund themselves to be able to do what they do. But at the same time, I've heard of things, for example, where if people use like those types of links, like not necessarily that company specifically, that they will be punished for it, like by the platform in some ways. Maybe it's like burying the videos or something like that. Because to my knowledge, YouTube does have like an alternative as well, or their own solution, like their YouTube memberships where you can join like a specific channel in that way, like to support it financially as well. So it makes you wonder, like in the future, if that'll be the case, where they say you cannot use like these external providers, you have to use what we provide. Like what would the average person think of that? I actually have like that option and so forth, like on the YouTube thing, you know, I've actually never tried to actually activate it. I don't know, what would I do with it? I know again, it's a way for people to support you and all that, and to my knowledge, what's the benefit? They get like a little icon or a highlight on your name to know you are the supporter of this person. I'd be more fascinated to see if there is some kind of favoritism like in the system there, where if people use, I guess, the company's own services and stuff like that, where not they say push those people more, because there is an argument about that actually. Like if people like say monetize or whatever their videos, it actually increases their odds, for example, of being, I guess, put out there more. Never 100% verified, but that's what everyone always says. It makes me wonder if that's true right now too, because I know they activated things like mid-roll ads and all that, so it makes me wonder if people do that, they would actually get more push like from a company like that. And then I read this was interesting today. It seems like that theme is continuing in terms of, I guess, what's it with, I guess, government officials and drones being crashed, or in this case, I guess, attacked by an eagle apparently. It says shoreline mapping EGLE drone sent to Watery Lake, Michigan, graved by UP bald eagle. An Upper Peninsula bald eagle launched an airborne attack on a drone operated by Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes and Energy pilot last month, tearing off a propeller and sending the aircraft to the bottom of the Lake Michigan. The Brazen Eagle vs. EGLE onslaught took place near the Escabana in Michigan's Upper Peninsula in July 21st. An EGLE environmental quality analyst and drone pilot Hunter King was mapping shoreline erosion for use in the agency's efforts to document and help communities cope with high water levels. Actually, this was a little interesting point I'll mention later. It says King had completed about 7 minutes of map flight, his 4th of the day in the area, when satellite reception got spotty. He pressed go home recall button. The drone dutifully turned, reacquiring a strong satellite feed. King was watching his video screen as a drone beeline for home, but suddenly it began twirling furiously. It was like a really bad roller coaster ride, said King. When he looked up, the drone was gone, and an eagle was flying away. A nearby couple, whose pastimes include watching the local eagles attack seagulls and other birds, later confirmed they saw the eagle strike something but were surprised to learn it was a drone. Both King and the couple said the eagle appeared uninjured as it flew from the scene of the crime. You can see basically, I guess, where he was flying and all that, the path. It's pretty close to it and all that. As to what he was using, it says he was using a Phantom 4 Pro Advance. It says data from the flight records detail the drone's final moments. The eagle strike occurred 7:39.7 into the flight, roughly 4/10 of a mile from King and the 162 feet above the water. Its speed instantly dropped from 22 miles per hour to 10. Within half a second of the flight records showed the beginning of the downward spiral, along with excessive spinning warnings. In the next 3.5 seconds, the drone sent 27 warning notifications, including one indicating a propeller had been torn off. Gaining momentum as it fell, the last communication came at 34 feet above water, falling at 30 feet per second or 20.4 miles per hour. As to why, I guess I'm just guessing that the eagle was territorial. But I guess the first thing I was thinking about, because with that other story about people crashing their drones claiming it was like a GPS error and all that, and some people even theorized, well, they probably tried to press return to home and they should have manually flown it. I guess like in this case, it shows you like a lot of, I guess you could say, quote, professionals, that's what they do. Like when something's wrong, hit return to home. Whereas if you're flying it like within line of sight, like in these cases, I would imagine it's actually better to fly it manually and all that, isn't it? And it raises that topic of, I guess, drones around animals, because here, I guess it was a bald eagle and it attacked it. Whereas for myself, when I experienced that time with the bald eagle, like a pair of them, they didn't care. It was like, whatever, I'm gonna go catch my fish. So it makes me wonder if this person was flying more, I guess, aggressively, like maybe too close, or maybe it's because the drone is too loud. But it shows you there's so many factors involved in terms of whether or not, I guess, an animal would think this thing is a threat and will attack it. So it really depends, again, like how you fly it and with what. I wonder if it has to do with the color too, because it's saying those couples or whatever saw the eagles attacking things like seagulls and stuff like that. So it made me wonder if the drone being white in this case, like the Phantom, that increases the aggression. Whereas when I was flying something like the Mavic Pro, that one's more grayish. So maybe that's a difference. It can clearly say, I know this thing, like it's nothing. All right, see you guys later.